Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, that's right, we have a new club. Still in the same safe, but we do have a new club. If you want to find out how we got here, that was the previous video. This video, we're going to explore Newcastle. Right, let's, two things upon arriving at Newcastle that are a little bit worrisome. Thing number one, the transfer window is already closed. In fact, there's three things. Thing number one, the transfer window is already closed. Thing number two, we've had a terrible start to the season and we're in a relegation battle, it seems. Thing number three, I had a little look on the landmarks, and this summer our gazillionaire owner has scaled down our funding. Our funding has actually been scaled down for the second time. So I'm thinking there's not going to be Newcastle levels of money to spend. We've got a £20 million budget for this season, but can't touch it until January, obviously, now. And in reality, it's going to be less than that because we've got to move some money over the wage budget. So we've actually got like 10 million, if that. Obviously, there's some players to sell. And then next season's budget, 40 million. And we've only got 70% of retained transfer revenue. So there's not loads and loads of money sloshing around at Newcastle. We've got no transfer debt, which is nice. We're actually on a positive on the transfer debt. Can we sell some of these clauses? Maybe bring some money in this way that we can perhaps spend. Not that I can spend any of this yet, but it'd be nice to get some money through the door. There we go, a little bit of money coming in. I mean, it's not made much difference, has it? But we do have some old men we can potentially sell, and I guess the positive is we can spend this first half of the season figuring out what's going on with this very bloated squad. I mean, this is a first team squad of 32 players. Now, some of these are out on loan, so straight away we can bin them off down into the under-23s and pretend they don't exist because we don't need to be messing around with them. So that gets us down to 28. But we still want to sell like 4 or 5 of these before we start bringing new players in. And it's pretty obvious who the players that we want to get rid of are likely to be. It's these players in their early to mid-30s who are only 3-star ability. So the likes of Cucurella, Scamacca, Leao, Diaz, Costa, all these guys. Costa, I mean, as a goalkeeper at 32, we perhaps do keep around, but Isaac is another one. These are the guys we want shot of. Vitinha is a slightly different case because he's still a 4-star ability player. He's one of the best players at the club still. And the likes of Camavinga and Bellingham. Is Bellingham here? No, Bellingham's not here. Bellingham would have been at Newcastle, wouldn't he? Who's the other midfielder we've got here? I remember thinking we had Camavinga. We had someone else. Did we have another good midfielder, or did I make that up? But yeah, there's players we can work out who to sell. But for now, we've just got to figure out how to win football matches. In fact, the first thing I need to do is go into my staff responsibilities and just make sure that stuff like training and all that kind of stuff is actually being done by the people who are supposed to be doing it. Otherwise, that could end badly, couldn't it? That wouldn't be ideal. Wowzers, where are all the staff? We have one coach. Okay, there's some easy quick fixes we can do here, I think. Let's get some coaching staff in the door. How is there no staff here at all? This is bonkers. Wow. There are just no staff. We've got 20 scout slots and no scouts. I think we're just going to start things off with the diamond that we were using at Sporting, mainly because our big money summer signing before I arrived with Mamadou Mendes, who of course was playing for me at Sporting in this system, so we know it works. So to get the best out of him as our bright young superstar, we just play the system that works for him. So we'll carry on using that system. At least he should start relatively comfortably. When is our next match? Our next match is in a week, so we've got a little bit of time to prepare. That's a miserable start to the season, though. We are in the Champions League, though, which I guess is good. We just go and win the Champions League this year. We can't. We're already at the point where we can't win the Premier League because we're too far behind. Maybe we could win the Champions League. Wouldn't that be nice? Right. Camavinga is our captain. I guess we do have to attend the first staff meeting, which is a little bit... Hold on. They're already losing trust with management. I've been here an afternoon. My word. Cucurella thinks he's been treated unfairly this past week. I mean, He ain't seen nothing yet. You wait and see what happens to you this week, son. Goodness me, get him out of here. Right, let's accept this offer for Cucurella. We want rid of him. I mean, at 34 years old, theoretically, he's the kind of fullback that I would like with the diamond, but at 34, he's just too old to have any kind of energy to be effective at doing it. We're quite a way back on the list of favourites, as you would expect, I guess. I mean, oh, this idiot doesn't want to leave. What a wally. What an absolute wally. I didn't realise he left Barcelona, then went back to Barcelona. But then it didn't play. That's such a Barcelona... What a weird Barcelona-y thing that is. So they loaned him out, sold him, but when they sold him, he didn't play. Then they bought him back and he didn't play, so they loaned him out again. And then... I don't understand what's gone on there. Our first game in charge of Newcastle United. I'm not going to Newcastle to do a matchday vlog. That was never the rule on Twitch. That was a YouTube rule. I'm not going that far north. Although one of my daughters basically lives in Newcastle now, so I suppose I could go up there and see her. But I'm not going to a football match. There's no time this season now. Right, do we need to get bogged down in all this? Probably not. Vitinha can have another new contract, though, if he's running low. I've kind of just said we're going to do the diamond because it works for what's-his-face. But it appears that we've got two quite good wingers here. So Camavinga. So we've got him in defence and another midfielder. A winger. Mendes as our main striker, maybe. And then we have got a lot of wingers. Is that my boy as well? There's two of my boys. I mean, he's gutted that it's taken me a week to realise he was here. Oh, bless him. He's surplus to requirements. Aww. Right, Camavinga is a defensive midfielder. So we'll do a 4-3-3. Right. We like a vertical tiki-taka around these parts. So if Camavinga is there doing that, we'd then want a playmaker in there. And we always have to have an attacking Mazzara. They're the rules. So what would that look like? That seems to look better to me. So Mendes up front. And then this guy is a right-footed right winger. So get him there. Elliot is a left-footed left winger. We want him attacking. And then him attacking. He is... Okay, so he likes to be a centre mid on attack, does he? I haven't used a centre mid on attack this year, I don't think. So there you go. We'll have a centre mid on attack. He wants to be a Raumdeuter. Should we? I mean, do we do a Raumdeuter? I don't think I've done a Raumdeuter. Have I done a... There you go. We're going with a Raumdeuter and a centre mid on attack then. Why not? You've twisted my arm. Vitinha as a playmaker in there works. Camavinga as a defensive midfielder works. I don't want him to be an anchor. I want him to be a little bit more involved going forward. But he should probably be on a defensive instruction. Cucurella as an attacking left back on this side. And then who's this guy? Raul Melendez. So he can play right back. That works. Costa in goal. Sweeper keeper on support. Works. Silla. He's 6'2". He signed for Manchester City, formerly of Real Madrid. Not really a ball-playing defender, though. So he can just be a centre-back. And then Simikan, who is 32, but still not slow. So he can be a ball-playing defender. I'd really like an assistant manager so I don't have to think about team talks. Where's Cristiano Ronaldo when I need him? Raumdeuter, eh? What will they think of next? They've got Endrick up front at Leicester. I feel like his story hasn't necessarily developed the way it did in our first Twitch save of the year if he's only managed to make it as far as Leicester. That's no posh. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. That was poor. That was poor. Apparently the ban starts at the start of next season, so he won't be back the back end of the season. I saw that the ban ends on, I think it was the 16th of January was the date I saw for his ban ending. This first match hasn't gone to plan. Right, here we go. We're going to beat Real Madrid and it'll be fine. Why are half the players unregistered? Wowzers. This is the game for Mendes to get good again. Mendes is always good in Europe. Oh, what a goal! There's a start. Where is my hat stretcher? Why is it not here yet? I've got so many hats that need stretching. Come on then, we're going to beat Real Madrid. The thing is, we don't need to beat Real Madrid. We need to win a Premier League game. So as fun as this is, I'd rather we did this in our next Premier League game. Why is my TV just blue screened? Has BT Sport just gone off the air, or is my Skybox just packed in? Anyone else watching BT Sport currently, have you just blue screened? If not, I think my Skybox is broken. We are great. Look at us, we're just taking the ball off him. It's so easy. Mamadou Mendes! There we go! Oh, referee, don't ruin my day. That's my boy. Let him have his goal, he needs it. Come on! 4-0. Well. That'll do. Boom. Right, physio. How many physios do we need? We need 4 physios. Well, promote our one from within. And then get 3 more. One. Oh, come on. Come on, then. 1. 2. Eventually. Ah! How is that good for gameplay and fun? For goodness sake, Football Manager, what is this that we're having to do here? Oh my word. I think my hat stretcher's here. One moment, boys and girls. Exciting times. It's here. So, I don't know why it comes with a brush. What am I supposed to do with the brush? So there's my hat brush. But here we have the hat stretcher. Try it on the goat hat. I don't want to try it on my giraffe hat in case it ruins the hat. There we go. So that's got some tension on it now. We need to steam it first, but you can see it's putting a little bit of tension on it around the front there. It's not just going to pop out. Just need to put some steam on it. Worth it? Absolutely, it was worth it. If I end up being able to wear my hat without it squashing my head. For those of you wondering why anyone needs a hat stretcher, I mean, it should be fairly self-evident. Anna said to me earlier, why are you getting a hat stretcher? And my snarky response was just something along the lines of, I mean, surely based on the name of the item that I've told you I'm buying, you can probably work through why I want it. Why would someone want a hat stretcher to stretch a hat? Why would someone want to stretch a hat? They've got a hat that doesn't fit their head. There we go. Answered. That's why I need a hat stretcher, but this is why I need a hat stretcher. Oh my word. Just all the defenders are breaking. Well, I guess we have to play a left back at right back then. Who's going to do least damage? He's unconvincing at left back. He is awkward at left back. What's worse, awkward or unconvincing? Probably unconvincing is better than awkward, isn't it? I mean, it's basically a squad who haven't had any coaching over pre-season. So I guess they're just not match. They're not match fit. They're not fit. They've basically done all the staff left at like the end of June. I've arrived in September. They've gone 2.5 months of pre-season with no staff leaves and potentially Vieira and Lokonga leaving. I mean, I wouldn't say no to Rice, Caicedo and Mount. I know the Mount's been mentioned. I know I don't like seeing Mount play for England, but I wouldn't be playing him as part of a front three the way he plays for England. I think he'd probably do a decent role in that Xhaka role for Arsenal. Jermaine Defoe is an under-21s coach for us. Interesting. I hate that guy. In fact, I might just sack him now. He knows what he did. Long-time viewers know what he did as well. How long has he been here? Yeah, too long. You're done. How can I hate Defoe? Because he's scum. That's how. He's a really great person, though. A really great person in the summer of the year 2000 doesn't score a goal for West Ham in a pre-season friendly against Posh and then give us all this in the terraces behind the goal. He just scored, stood there. Yeah. Hate him. I mean, we've been abusing him the whole match, but still. So, yeah, he knows what he did. He's a scumbag and he's just been sacked because of it. I mean, it was just after he'd been on loan at Bournemouth the previous year and we abused him constantly then as well. I think he played against us for Bournemouth when he was on like match 10 of his 10-match scoring run for Bournemouth when he was setting that record. And we ruined him then. And then he came back for West Ham for a pre-season friendly and we ruined him then. He scored against us again. Summer of 2001, was it? God, I got the year wrong. What an idiot I am. Yeah, that's ready to show you in a minute then. Don't know who scored or how it happened. Don't really care. It's only the Champions League. We only care about the league this year. Mendes scored, did he? He always scores in Europe. That's a non-event. Obviously, Mendes scored in the Champions League. It's all he ever does. I didn't know you could be public on there. Now I'm being the old man. I don't think they can be public. The idea is it's not like other social media. Special social media for special people. He doesn't bother coming into the streams, but he has a one-on-one feed of photographs of me doing things every day. And I get to see what he's up to. What a time to be alive. Come on, Mamadou! Mamadou, do. That. There you go. That's how you fix your coaching setup, boys and girls. We now have the best coaching structure in the entire league. We've still got 3 vacancies. We also have the best recruitment analysis department and the best medical setup. We've still got staff to hire. Rather than looking at the cash value, I imagine if you compared the proportion of total Premier League spending in the previous 5 years between when United won the treble, when Arsenal were invincible and City now, I imagine it's fairly comparable as a percentage of total football spend. I mean, Man United were hoovering up all of the best players and spending more money than anyone. And again, it's not like Manchester City are the only team with rich owners now. Everyone's got rich owners. So it's kind of leveled out again now. It was annoying when it first happened. When Blackburn bought the league, that was annoying. When Chelsea were throwing money around, it was annoying. When Man City started doing it, it was annoying. But these days, everyone's got rich owners and everyone can do it. Rubber Dan, thank you very much for 19 months. We're losing here. Right, we have hit a couple of iffy matches. Let's go beat Manchester United. Just a big, awful drinking game. That's all it is. Try watching it sober. Those of you who like Eurovision, I challenge you to watch it sober. I don't drink. Watch Eurovision sober. Exactly. But yeah, I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy at the cinema instead. It's just rubbish. What's wrong with Eurovision? I mean, it's just loads of bad songs by people I've never heard of. The only time I have music on is when I'm streaming. And you've heard the music I like. When do you ever hear music like this on Eurovision? Because we haven't got any gaps to fit anything in. So anything that we add in, we have to take something out. So you've sat there and said you like Eurovision but don't like Paul McCartney, the greatest songwriter of all time. I think you've just completely invalidated any musical opinion you could ever have. My word. Topher's no longer allowed to comment on music. But I popped to Goodison. I don't see how I'm going to have time to fit it in. Which cathedral are we going to? The one that is called Liverpool Cathedral and looks like a cathedral. Not the one that looks like a village hall. But I have to go to a Liverpool match this weekend. I don't really care if we lose a lot before January because this isn't my team. I need to buy some defenders. We don't really have any. We certainly don't have a left back, which is a big problem. Cucurella's broken himself. Lamptey's broken. We literally don't have a left back. Come on, penalty. Oh! 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 Kev gets a mint! Lovely! Oh, no. Hey! Fantastic. Oh, I love the universe. It really is great being me. Sep, thank you very much for the prime. Been there years ago, looked where they filmed This Morning Weather, where they had the floating weather map. Anna was telling me about that. Basically, Anna was looking through the itinerary of our best thing, because she's been to Liverpool before and done all of these touristy things. And she said the only thing we've got missing is the This Morning map. And I don't think they make This Morning there anymore. And if they did, I just don't care and don't want to see their map. Unless I can throw sheepdog in the river. Have Manchester City scored a football goal once a game? Of course, it's United City in the final, isn't it? In the FA Cup final. So it'll be Man United's fault when City do the treble. They could have stopped it and they chose not to. By appointing a succession of managers who weren't good enough. It was a long-term plan to let City win the treble. I've put the first team out and I was meant to put the reserves out. Never mind. At least this way we get to batter Sunderland. We've got a name in the game person in the Sunderland team. Hyla Windsor is in goal for Sunderland. And Adam Eder. Not also in goal. He's in their team. Football! I think it's an American thing because I've heard Zealand and Jack say just Sheffield. I love that you've included Jack in it being an American thing. That is officially chat comment of the night. I don't know it's an American thing. It's just an ignorance thing, I think. If you're ignorant, you'll say it. Has the League One player final ever sold out? I can't imagine it has. And it certainly won't with Posh involved in it. It's something like Posh are the only team who've played at Wembley more than twice, who've never lost there, I think. Or something. There was some kind of statistic like that. I can't remember what it was. Someone will have to fact check it for me and check the statistic. But yeah, basically we've played at Wembley 3 times and we've won all 3 of them. So assuming it doesn't all go disastrously wrong tomorrow, I will be there again. And I always have a hard-boiled egg before the match. Not quite sure how I'm going to sort myself out a hard-boiled egg when I've been in a hotel for 3 days. But I'll find a way. I guess I'll just have to get one at the hotel breakfast. Can you do me a hard-boiled egg, please? No, just wrap it up. I'm taking it with me to the football. I do eggs in the sandwich section of most supermarkets. Yeah, but they've not got the shell on. Part of the ritual is you have to You have to stand in the shadow of Wembley peeling a hard-boiled egg. It's just the way it is. It's what we did the first time, sat on the little grass verge thing out the front of Wembley where the old steps used to be, none of which is there anymore. Sat there having our pre-playoff final picnic. We had hard-boiled eggs, and then we won, so it just became a thing. We had hard-boiled eggs again in 2000 when we won the playoffs again at Wembley. We took hard-boiled eggs to Manchester for, what was that, I want to say 2011? Might have been 2012, 2011, I think, playoff final at Old Trafford. And then we had hard-boiled eggs again for the Johnson's Trophy final as well, which was like 2014, 2015. Right, have we had any answers yet to best sausage roll in Liverpool? That is an important discussion point. Just while the match is getting underway. Topher loves it when I do this. Let's just have a little look. Oh, yeah, you're blocked. I warned you. You are blocked. You're blocked. I mean, it's like people don't think I'm going to block them. I mean, sorry. You were warned. Do I care about you? I mean, I feel bad, but what? Read the alt text. Nah, you see, blocked. I warned them. I literally said in the original tweet, anyone saying Greg's is getting blocked. Yeah, you're blocked. So it looks like this Sawyers or Sayers, depending on who you're reading, is the one we're looking for. City have scored again. My word. I know the last time we were down in London for a Football Manager thing, me and Ben were comparing our block lists, and we both have pretty long ones. A lot of similar names across them as well. Sayers is just like Greg's. Oh, I've never had it though, so at least that's something different to try. But they barely class as a sausage roll. They don't really have any meat in them. It's just like greasy pastry. But I'll try. I've never had a Sayers. If I'm going to find the best sausage roll in the country, I better have a Sayers or a Sawyers. Is it Sayers or Sawyers? Just have a better sausage and some better pastry. The only reason sausage rolls are good is because you have them together. I've gone kind of crispy and you get that perfect mouthful of the pastry that's been soaking in the sausage fat, and it's kind of gone crispy and kind of see-through and kind of delicious. And it's got that kind of black crust on the pastry. You've got that combined with the crispy end of the rough bit of the sausage, and that first mouthful at the end of a proper sausage roll where it's all kind of crispy and oh. Right, there we have it, boys and girls. We picked up a win at the end there, and we're not looking too bad considering we still don't have a left back. Yes, mid-table is not ideal, but the board aren't judging me yet. In fact, they're satisfied that we're on course to qualify for the Europa League. I don't think they understand the rules, but we're fine. We've lost Tariq Lamptey again, which is less than ideal, but we'll buy a left back in January, and that'll be what we're focusing on in the next stream. The next stream will be Monday now, because as mentioned, in Liverpool this weekend, watching the playoff semi-final tomorrow night. So I will see you all back here on Monday. In the meantime, you are going to get not Non-League Legend, that's finished. You're going to get Man City videos all through the weekend, because we hit 5,000 likes on episode 1. So I've got to find the time now to record 2 extra Man City videos, which is going to be fun. But yeah, you're going to have them all the way through. And then we've also got the Content Creators Cup vlog coming. You'll have the Liverpool Matchday vlog coming. Lots of fun content on the way. And then we'll be back streaming again next week. Let's find somebody to raid.